Good afternoon. I'm going to talk on refractive accommodative esotropia. Actually, I came across one case, a 25-year female lady who had esotropia and on examination, her visual acuity was 6/24 and it was not improving with glass. It didn't improve with glass, but fundus was, everything was normal, and she had developed amblyopia. Accommodative esotropia is a condition where excessive effort of accommodation, it results in inward deviation of the eyes. It's caused by uncorrected hypermetropia, and it comprises about more than 50% of all childhood esotropias. So it can be refractive accommodative esotropia, or non-refractive accommodative esotropia, or partially accommodative esotropia. So in refractive accommodative esotropia, mostly the etiology is moderate hypermetropia. Sometimes it can be hereditary. So refractive accommodative esotropia, uncorrected moderate hypermetropia will give rise to retinal image blur. So it the patient will make no effort of accommodation. Thank you. It will give rise to orthotropia with ametropic amblyopia. And it makes effort of accommodation to clear the retinal image, then it will lead to accommodative convergence. So if insufficient fusional divergence is there, then esotropia will develop. Sufficient fusional divergence is there, then esophoria will develop. And low or flat AC by A, then esophoria will develop. So refractive accommodative usually it starts at the age of 6 months to 7 years of age, averaging 2.5 years. And it can be intermittent, then become constant over time, often initiated by trauma or illness, frequently associated with amblyopia, may be associated with diplopia in older children, but later it disappears as a suppression develops. So the mechanism involves 3 factors. One is uncorrected hypermetropia, 2 is accommodative convergence, 3 is poor fusional divergence. So refractive, it can be refractive normo-accommodative esotropia, refractive hyper-accommodative esotropia. So uncorrected hypermetropia, to see clear at distance, they accommodate normal AC by A ratio. Then ESO deviation is same for distance and near fixation, which is within 15 prism diopter. So the hypermetropia is moderate. It responds well to full correction of hypermetropic glasses. And very high hypermetropes may not accommodate even for distance, so may have only bilateral amblyopia. And in addition to esotropia and amblyopia, it may present with asthenopia due to constant accommodative effort. So this is like this, which the esotropia, it improves with full correction. So uncorrected refractive hyperaccommodative esotropia is uncorrected hypermetropia. To see clear at distance, they accommodate, plus convergence is there. So excessive high accommodation by A ratio. So normal AC by ratio is 3 to 5 prism diopter by 1 diopter. Esotropia for near fixation at 33 centimeter is more than 1.5 PD excess of that at distance. So even with full correction of hypermetropia for distance, cycloplegic correction, we'll have a residual esotropia which will need additional near correction as bifocals. Management is refractive accommodative esotropia is hypermetropic correction and surgery. So hyperemic correction, glasses must be worn on a full-time basis. Full correction should be given. With a part-time use of glasses, the child's accommodation is never fully relaxed and the vision is blurred whenever the child is intermittently returns to using the hypermetropic glasses. After initiation of spectral correction, the esotropia will increase when the child is not wearing glasses. So sometimes the parents are confused that with use of the glasses, our esotropia has been increased, squinting has been increased. So, and this should be explained to the parents. And the child should be re-evaluated at 1 or 2 months. And if the esotropia is fully corrected within 8 to 10 prism diopters, that is for near and distance with the full hypermetropic correction, and the patient regains good fusion, and this is consistent with refractive accommodative esotropia, that is fully accommodative esotropia. Absence of asthenopic symptoms also indicates that the success of initial treatment. If esotropia for near persisting after use of glasses as per cycloplegic refraction, consider for bifocal glasses prescription. Still, if esotropia is persisting, then consider for surgery.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor.
Sir, childhood esotropia must be evaluated timely and properly, and management by prescribing appropriate glasses, unifocal, bifocal, as per diagnosis, and timely re-evaluation should be done to see the effect of treatment initially every 1 to 2 months, later yearly as child attains age of 8 to 9 years.
Yeah, we got it. Thank you very much. See, just one comment for you also. You know, you said typement is specs and the refractive surgery.
No, so sir, that's wrong. That
so you should.
Sorry, sir. That's why I told this squints are not
No,
surgery, sir.
See, you are presenting a paper as a faculty talk at an All India conference, and you should see before, you know, when you are presenting something, what is it correct or not? You see, because it sends a wrong message to the audience. This is a faculty talk, not a free paper.
Yes, sir. No, it is, I'm sorry, sir.
No, it doesn't make difference. Sorry to me, but you should always see what you are presenting, you know, before. Thank you. Sorry.
Actually, sir, in our Odisha state, there is a misbelief that in childhood, if some squinting is there, then it is good. It is treated as Lakshmi. So
no, it is in all rural areas, you know, most of the places yes, it is there. They think it's a good omen, but your duty is to educate and, you know, convince the what.
Yes, our
right.
community.
No, we are not talking about that. Forget
okay,
about
sir.
it. I'm only said about the refractive surgery which you said. Okay, so please be careful.